well, you know, we shot an old male who was past his prime and had no relevance to the population. He was useless. Well, there's no such thing as an old male elephant that's useless. The older they are, the more likely they are to be fathers of the calves. And it's the big old males that the females want to mate with. They preferentially mate with big males who come into this phase called must, which is a very aggressive phase. And so the females exercise choice. They're able to exercise choice, and they will mate with these old males. So in fact, what has happened is that old males, by living that long, have actually proven that they're in very good, they're fit, and they're in good shape, and they're carrying good genes. So female sort of behavior has evolved so that the females will choose those old males to father their calves, because then they may pass on that ability to have longevity. So those are some of the importance of age in elephants that we've discovered, and it runs through. It's one of the themes that runs through the book. And then the third theme, I think, are important. There are many, but is that elephants are really the ultimate social networkers. They know everybody else, and they can contact everybody else through these low-frequency calls that they make. And this is, it's sort of like an elephant Facebook, really, these infrasonic calls, and they can communicate and say where they are and more or less what they're doing. And we find the network and the social complexity of elephants so totally fascinating, and of course all of these things combined, and their intelligence, their social lives, the importance of the older animals, the roles of the matriarchs, they just over and over again show us how incredibly complex an elephant is, and how tragic it is when we lose them. You know, when poaching raises its ugly head again, and we start to lose the older animals, because of course elephants grow throughout their lifetime, and their tusks grow throughout their lifetime. So when the poachers come, they'll kill the older males, they'll kill the older females to get their tusks. So we're very pleased about publishing this book and being able to relay all this information for people around the world who are also trying to conserve elephants. But at the moment, we're actually quite worried about the future of the Ambacelli elephants and all elephants in Africa, because the demand for ivory has just skyrocketed since 2009. And elephants are being slaughtered all across Africa. I mean, they've confiscated a lot of ivory in China and Thailand, representing thousands of elephants, tons of ivory. And it's always estimated that only 10% of what is illegally traded is actually getting caught. So you just think how many elephants that is that we're losing. And Central Africa is just being devastated. And we're seeing in Ambacelli, starting in late 2008, early 2009, we started finding carcasses where the tusks have been chopped down. We hadn't seen that in 12, 15 years. And the main reason is the Chinese. They have a growing middle class, and they're one of the first things they want are luxuries. And ivory was only bought and used by the highest, classes, like pre-Mao, and the peasants could never have any ivory. But now there's this millions and millions of middle-class, rich Chinese who want ivory, among other things. So they're driving the demand, and ivory is now selling for as much as $2,000 a kilo in China, and about $100 a kilo on the ground in Amboseli. And if somebody got a small elephant that only had, say, 20 kilos a tusk, that would be 10 years' salary for that person. I mean, it's just the poverty it makes it very, very tempting to kill elephants. And we feel, oh no, it's happening all over again, because we went through this in the 70s and 80s, and Kenya lost 85% of its elephants in a 15-year period from 1974 to 1989. It went from 167,000 elephants to 16,000 elephants. 85%